Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen around the world, wherever you are. Welcome to another exciting episode of League of Tilt, where today we are playing as Mordekaiser in the jungle. The Iron Revenant, the Undead Juggernaut in the jungle. We needed more for frontline. This is really just a run at them kind of comp. We can catch people out with Vega. Mundo and I are both adept at running at people. So I'm just coming over here to ward. I will be starting bot side, I will not be starting top side. I'm just warding. Mordekaiser as a champion does very, very well regardless of which... Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have ghosted them, huh? Okay. Looks like they're invading us 5-stack. It's unfortunate. Sad start. Not much to say about that. Just going to use my ghost to get back to my jungle faster. Who got the kill on me? Sivir did. Alright. So as long as we help bot lane out, we should be alright. But Sivir flashed. It's okay, guys. I'll happily trade ghost for flash. Definitely a worthwhile trade, trading Ghost for Flash. It's alright if Tristan doesn't want to leash me. It's not alright if she wants to steal this. Hopefully she's just leashing. Yeah, she's just leashing. Alright. Yeah. A trick you can do on Mordekaiser is you have to try and keep up your passive for as long as you can, because that way you can ensure that you're just running around the jungle at full tilt. Your passive is after you hit something 3 times with auto attacks or abilities. You get this aura around you that deals damage and gives you movement speed, and attacking refreshes the aura. So in the jungle you want to make sure that the aura is persisting for most of your travels through it. Some nice changes that have allowed Mordekaiser jungle to become a more powerful pick is they've made it so that attacking any monster, not just large monsters, will help trigger Mordekaiser. And then on top of that, they've also made it so that they've also made it so that your passive deals bonus damage to monsters. So those 2 changes taken together do make it much better for Mordekaiser to jungle. I am a little slow today on like Mordekaiser clear. Mordekaiser full clear is normally definitely faster. This of course can be you can attribute it to the shenanigans. So we're just gonna auto attack here, and here we are. So I'm going to pop a couple of pots here, and then I'm going to let this go up to full, and then I'm going to smite the Grump, and then because now the Grump is so low, I'm going to switch targets to the blue buff, because that way I'm minimizing the amount of time I'm spending attacking either thing. Could have been a little cleaner, but on the whole it's fine. We have used our E here, so if Rek'Sai shows up, we actually won't have the E to fight him, and Rek'Sai is a very, very strong early game champion, so we will not be able to fight him, I don't reckon. So I'm really just here to make sure that Mundo does not die to a Rek'Sai gank, because Rek'Sai definitely has some interesting gank angles. He could definitely come in through his Tri-Brush and do things. So Mordekaiser, there's not really terribly many items that you can go on him that make sense. Because he doesn't have mana, so a lot of the AP items are close to him. You could go Chem Tank, but personally I'm not really supportive of Balmy Cinder Mordekaiser builds, because Mordekaiser is a juggernaut. Like, you want your first item to deal a good amount of damage, and I think it just doesn't do that if you have a Balmy Cinder item. You could go for a Sunfire Aegis, it's not unthinkable, but just Turbo Chem Tank to catch people out wouldn't make sense. Frostfire, like, you'd be auto-attacking and you'd be slowing them, you'd be gaining HP, but again, you're not really a hyper tank, you want to deal some amount of damage. So if you absolutely must go for Balmy Cinder item, go for Sunfire Aegis. If you're comfortable not going for a Balmy Cinder item, then I'd go Proto Belt, Riftmaker, they're all fine here. So we're going to just walk at them here. Sivir is dead. She's just dead. Yeah, there we go. We didn't even get to proc our triple hit here. Rek'Sai, I fully expect has done this crab. Oh, Mundo should be careful. Mundo needs to be careful. Mundo needs to be careful. Mundo needs to be careful. Rek'Sai's there. Yeah, okay, there we go. He's listening, thank God. And now, because this gank is failing for Rek'Sai, because we were able to win the Mundo in time, because he's not going to get CC'd because he's Mundo. As we can see, he didn't use his flash. His passive makes it so that he just does not need to... What the Freya? Repeat gank? Mundo still shouldn't die because he didn't lose flash last time. He shouldn't lose flash this time, yeah. The thing about Rek'Sai is you have to try very hard when you're Rek'Sai to make things happen in the early game. Because if you don't make something happen in the early game, then it can become just the most miserable experience for you. Yeah, see, Rek'Sai is just forced to gank and gank and gank over and over and over again. I'm going to make good on this amount of time that he's spending topside. Oh, amazing! He even got the Tomken. So now, if he dies, at least it's a trade. He'll be tilted, but at least it'll be a trade. Actually, he might even make it. And the reason I'm saying he might make it is, yeah, right? Like, Mundo Cleavers are amazing, well played. Because now this has just allowed us to just take this dragon completely for free. Oh, that's so good for us. Because we don't lose anything for it. Alright, I will ghost for this. Here we are. Alright, gets the silver flash. Ooh, this is bad, Tristana, this is bad. That's terrible. Zilean wasn't on board with the program. We lose this. We can't fight. Yeah, that ended up being not worthwhile. Oh, bad, because like Zilean shouldn't be there. There's absolutely no good reason for Zilean to be there. Yeah, there's just no way that works out if for Zilean to be there. He's so low. Pyke could just kill him like he did with his ignite. Alright, take hits, don't get executed. Actually, I think we haven't even hit the execution limit, so we might still very much be in not execution territory, but rather dying territory, I think? No. He's backing off, he's smart. I was saying if he sticks around, I can definitely just ult him and kill him. But he didn't stick around, he was an intelligent young man. Alright. So, Mordekaiser, you can go Proto Belt or you can go Riftmaker. You go Riftmaker if you think you're going to be standing in the middle of extended fights a lot. You go Proto Belt if instead you think it's not going to be about extended fights, but rather trying to catch people out. Since you have Conqueror, you have a decent amount of healing either way. One of the most attractive things about Riftmaker is your ability to heal off of it. Mordekaiser really is very much a heal-reliant champion. Actually, the more I think about it, more a tank mod with Sunfire Aegis actually seems viable, because with Demonic Embrace as an item, so if you just build a bunch of tank items plus Demonic Embrace, you're just converting all of that HP into damage off of your Sunfire, but you're also converting it into bonus damage off of your Demonic Embrace. So I should try that. I'm going to try that very soon in a future video. But today we're still going to be playing AP. Actually, we don't need to be playing AP Mordekaiser, do we? We got a Blasting Wand. And the reason I'm so interested in tank Mordekaiser, by the way, right now, is very simple. I am not the primary carry this game. Tristana is. Veigar is. I just need to make sure that I'm doing my job and I'm not dying. So if Rek'Sai shows up here, I haven't seen him in a while, so I can't really assess his current strength level, but I haven't seen him in a while. If he does show up, my ulti makes very quick work of people. Mordekaiser is very hard to 1v1 when he's not behind. Now, I do not have Skirmisher Saber, Challenging Smite, that's the name. Skirmisher Saber? What are you, a League Boomer? I'm a League Boomer. Anyways, point is, Red Smite! Red Smite allows you to duel people much more effectively, but even then, we should still be alright. Malzahar. Can't really... ulti. I just needed to land anything at all and get it off. He's sidestepping, but it's fine. My teammate will be here. Yeah, there we go. very easy for Veigar to stun God. Missed both my skill shots, but it's fine because it was close enough and I had my auto attacks up. This is also one of the scenarios for which this is also definitely one of the scenarios because of which I really like Blue Smite, because there, even if in your ulti, even if you're forced to throw out your abilities early and you miss things. Really? Veigar just put up his cage, and even if Rek'Sai was planning not to get stunned by that, I can just pull him into the cage, so I really don't know what he was thinking. I'm definitely far too tanky for him. Tahm Kench is on the way? That's fine. Oh! Almost. I pressed W because I thought I was going to take a tower shot. The tower didn't even register that I was hitting it. So, honestly, this game could go whatever we wanted, so it's a fine game to try either. I really honestly like the idea of just becoming an undying raid boss that walks at them very quickly, just doesn't take damage. I really like the idea of getting a Sunfire Aegis, so since that changes plans, I'm not sure now what I should get for my first item, because normally Mordekaiser, I get first item, a mythic that gives some amount of AP, and then if I'm building tank, I think about building tank after that. Very interesting. I'm not sure. I think it's still better to maybe complete items. This is greedy, for sure, by the way, because I don't have Sweeper, but I do have Bot Prio. And I know that if Rek'Sai comes, based on his current strength, I can 1v1 him, given that by the time he comes, I'll have my ulti. So that's why I'm starting this as soon as it's happening. Also because I have Scuttlecrab, so I'll have some extra warning. If Pyke sticks around, I can kill him, for sure. Alright, I'm gonna Ghost for this. I think Pyke should be dead here. Yeah, he revealed himself. He's gonna ult. Yep, there we go. Slander abilities, and we deal a good bonk of damage. We do need some AP. I have reflected, and my reflections have led me to the belief that we need some amount of AP, because without AP you just don't do any damage whatsoever, and that's just very bad for business. So we're just going to take this turret right here, collect the first turret gold. We're rich, filthy rich. But I've never rushed a Demonic Embrace before. Could be good on Mordekaiser though, for sure. Like, I can definitely see an argument for why rushing Demonic Embrace wouldn't be bad. That looked so weird. I'm gonna stick around on this Pyke, but I don't think he's gonna come in. Just gonna steal away the Grom. Tristana just kept resetting it. Alright. Go back up to full HP. Chemdrake. Walk up from behind the Malzahar. Veigar and I were a very good combo. It would appear he has learned. Yep, not been able to take a shield there. Alright, don't take Veigar's bomb. Take one of Veigar's bomb. Don't take the cannon minion, that's what people care about. Riftmaker would still be a fine purchase. I definitely don't hate the idea of getting Riftmaker, but I'm very interested in trying out the tank build this game. This is a crisis. Definitely a crisis. Also, the reason I'm not a fan of the other tank items, like, I guess you could get them if you're really far behind, but I think Mordekaiser should be dealing damage. And if Mordekaiser has to be dealing damage, then nothing deals more damage than Sunfire Cape. It's a tank item that deals a garbage amount of damage just for you existing. Also, no, let's try it. Let's get this Demonic Embrace. And then let's get a Mudtrans, Swifties. We have 3 auto attackers on their team. I'm gonna get plated steel caps, and I'm gonna get a Balmy Cinder. I'm going to sell this guy, going to buy a control ward, going to walk out. Alright. We have spent all of our gold. We are very strong, because our gold curve is significantly ahead of what you expect from a jungler at this stage in the game. So I'm definitely on the same par as laners in terms of strength. I can definitely 1v1 Tahm Kench. Demonic Embrace and Balmy Cinder should be able to match up well against this Frostfire Gauntlet. And I can still go for Frostfire Gauntlet, but again, it's a slow, I guess, but I just want to make sure that I'm as tanky as possible. I don't even need to do anything there. I just need to make sure. Oh. Alright. He's going to let himself get caught out like that. Oh, he flashed. He's here. Got his flash. I thought perhaps he'd be safe, but my teammates were there, so he wouldn't be. Alright. It's alright. If Rek'Sai jumps in on that, he's not going to have fun, so I'm not worried. Oh, sorry, red buff wasn't up yet. Was I thinking? Just showing it's about to be up doesn't mean it is actually up. But I'm just going to walk in here. No blast cons, so I can't really just go into the pit. Just sadness. Just a long way around. You know, I really like, actually, the amount of tankiness that I have right now. It's a large amount of HP. How much am I getting right now? 15 from this, and then 300 HP from this, and then what percentage? It's 2%. So it's only 6 AP from there. So it's like this thing by itself gives 70 AP. Yeah, 70 AP ain't bad. And then of course there's the max HP burn. So that's actually a decent amount of damage, isn't it? Yeah, it is a decent amount of damage. Alright, it's nice, I like it. We'll see how it feels once we get the Sunfire Aegis. We feel like we're still dealing damage and destroying people. So I feel like also if we need more AP, Mordekaiser can always opt into a Zhonya's. That's definitely something that he has the option of doing. So at any point in the future, I feel like, hey, I have enough HP, I want to deal more damage, just opt into a Zhonya's. But it's like this game, it's not going to last that long. I only have this bounty because I've been farming up. I'm keeping up with laners in experience, which is very, very hard as a jungler nowadays. But as you can see, Mordekaiser's clear is exceptionally fast, and as long as you can just hit 1 or 2 skill shots, definitely good enough to be a strong carry. Mundo is by far our weakest member right now, but it's okay. He doesn't have to be very strong. He really doesn't have to be very strong at all. He's not the primary carry. He just stand in front. So getting a lot of Drakesy, this is sort of the nightmare scenario for the Rek'Sai. Up against somebody with better scaling, that, and boom. There we go. Revitalize would also be exceptional, for sure. Because Revitalize... Oh! Tom just burst me. I thought I would have enough to press W, but I ended up not being able to press W in time. It's alright. It's completely my fault. Like, I have nobody to blame but myself. I spent so much time. No fear. Not that she needs to be afraid. Tom's shield was falling off, so given that his shield was falling off, like, there's only so much he can do there. Also, I feel like if at any later stage in the game I feel like I need more damage, I could also just opt into a Nashor's. Mordekaiser actually makes good use of Nashor's too because of his passive, right? He has on-hit magic damage. So just getting that extra attack speed. And it's like we already have a good amount of attack speed from our runes, but unfortunately Mordekaiser's ratio is one of the worst in the game. So building attack speed, Mordekaiser does feel bad. I still have a bounty. Didn't I just die? Didn't my bounty just get claimed? In a game where you have Vega at 400 and Tristan at 650, how do I still have a bounty? Are the enemy team really that far behind? I feel like they are. Wow. You know, just Rek'Sai really been shut down by Mundo's early play. I'm gonna ghost in here. Just make sure that Zilean gets out alive. Alright. Some might argue it's a waste of a summoner spell. The more far-seeing among us might instead recognize it's nothing to do with summoner spell wastage, everything to do with asserting dominance and striking fear into their hearts. Essentially, I could have done exactly what I did, I just didn't need to spend go, so I'm just going to justify it by sounding cool and just pretending to be Chad. But really, it was just a small brain move, and there's nothing Chad ever about doing things that are small brain. Right, make sure that this thing gets another charge off, that's all I care about. And then... Pyke is very annoying. Like, you normally don't want to ult very mobile champions exactly for that reason. But it's completely alright in this case because he didn't really have anywhere to go, no walls that he could like jump over permanently, and I had my team nearby, so as soon as he comes out of his ulti, he's dead. Haven't really had the opportunity to show off Mordekaiser's 1v1 fight to the death potential. I feel like I've only been ulting people when they've been trying to run away from me or when they didn't stand a chance. I even ulted Rek'Sai on the tower, but it's like he was so far behind, I don't think it's relevant. So it's like, here we are. Really, guys? Alright, here we are. Tahm Kench, get that. Can I? Yeah, okay, got him. Yeah, we can kill him here, definitely. Really liking this. Haven't been able to deal as much damage as I would have liked, but that's mostly just because people have been dying so quickly because their ADC is so fat. But yeah, we definitely did our job. We showcased the strength of just like we were where we needed to be in order to advance the state of the game. We constantly took dragons. We took advantage of the pressure that our lanes were generating for us in order to keep moving the game forward and keep winning. So I think that worked out very, very, very well. We got to see power of playing smart around the carries that are giving you options to carry. You have to turn that into something. You have to turn that into rift heralds, into towers. You have to be there with your team. Make sure that, because when people get ahead, they want to kill people. So then they often overextend and put themselves into deep, and like oftentimes without me and without me having been there, Tristana and Zilean by themselves might have gotten Dovin, might have gotten Malzahn, might have been able to press up. Tristana might have gotten Pyke hooked, and then maybe she gets bursted down, right? Just us being there, make sure that can never happen. So when you are not the primary carry, change your itemization accordingly, change your playstyle accordingly, and just be there. Be there for your carries, take advantage of their pressure, and shepherd them towards objectives, and you're sure to win games. So let's take a look at the graphs. Still did a respectable amount of damage for building what was practically full tank. So I suppose a good game to experiment because the consequences didn't really matter terribly much, but it's alright. Tristana obviously doing a lot of damage. Mundo Qs do lot of damage. So he and Tahm Kench were fighting because he has max HP damage against Tahm Kench, so that's why his damage chart looks like that if you're confused. Damage taken, Mundo tanked a little bit more than us, but then he died a lot more than us. Damage to objectives were unparalleled. This is really our major contribution to this game. And if you want to take a look at how the runes did, we weren't really, again, we didn't have the chance to fight people to the death nearly as often as might have been expected to be the case, so Conqueror didn't really have a chance to heal us for terribly much. But as you can see, all the other runes came in. We got a good amount of value off of, particularly Revitalize is very good in Mordekaiser, so you see people taking it. Synergizes with his W so fantastically, and it just improves all of his heals. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. Hopefully you all learned something from that. I'll be back with more Mordekaiser gameplay soon. Hopefully stay tuned. Until next time, peace.